We'll be looking at ways of reforming the organization. Since the collapse of the Soviet Union, the CIS countries have been trying to create a common economic space and homogenize their policies. But as Alexandra Koshenskaya reports, there's a lot more work that needs to be done to achieve this.
15 years after the collapse of the USSR, the post-Soviet space is packed with all sorts of new abbreviations. Some of these organizations stem from a political agenda, others pursue economic interests. Hardly any of them has proved to be as successful as they had hoped for. CIS was created in 1991 and unites most of the former Soviet republics. It was first regarded as the substitute for the Soviet Union, although its original goal, common economic space, was never implemented. The main obstacle for its development is the lack of political will from some of the members. State officials like to use this platform for face-to-face meetings rather than roundtables. The framework of the CIS and historical ties give way to other groups. For the past decade, the post-Soviet space has been shaken with numerous regional conflicts, revolutions and even civil war. And if some of them were resolved, others have been frozen for years. Russia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan and Armenia are now united in a military coalition, Collective Security Treaty Organization. Its aim to protect sovereignty of the states, that includes countering terrorism and drug trafficking.
During the operation that was aimed to counter drug trafficking from Afghanistan, and thanks to the joint efforts of CSTO member states, we confiscated 10 tons of heroin and 1,200 tons of precursors, chemical substances needed for production of drugs.
CSTO members regularly conduct military exercises. The organization is also planning to establish its own rescue forces, anti-terrorist and peacekeeping units. The same states, except for Armenia, enter the Eurasian Economic Community, or Eurosec. It's the only group in the region that exclusively deals with economic and social issues. The main goals are to create customs union and a common economic space. But 7 years after its establishment, progress is slow. Eurosec's Secretary General says there are many obstacles.
States are very careful to go ahead with it. For 15 years of existing of independent states, the vector or the direction of economic development is so different.
Some countries fear that further integration might limit their autonomy and interfere with domestic policies. Still, Grigory Raporta believes the progress exists.
In Dushanbe, this week, heads of states are going to sign 3 documents formulating or creating the judicial basis for the customs union.
So far, a customs union is planned between Belarus, Russia and Kazakhstan. Other countries will join when they are able to meet the necessary conditions. If successful, the next stage will be the common economic space.
All 3 organizations have potential. The objective is that this potential should benefit all countries. In order to complete the process of integration, they will have to overcome a few obstacles. One of them, relations between member states, that at times are too busy maneuvering trying to reach their own goals. Alexandra Koshenskaya, Russia Today, Dushanbe.